Hello. So I've been working on a project with Gemini to do complex equations in generating musical concepts. Um, After a while, um, your brain just wants something different. So it's really helpful to have new concepts, new ideas, new ways to think about writing music. Um, I'm not a lyricist, I'm an instrumentalist. I seem to have. Um, so I am very much into instrumental music, very much into different ways to think about music and sound in general aspects of it all. And with AI, what a great resource we have now, whether you're a big proponent, whether you really approve of AI or not, that is a different subject. I don't approve of AI stealing everyone's music, but I do approve of it being a resource for us, like a calculator, like someone who can do, let's say they can go through all your files and understand a pattern within your files that you didn't even know about. Most humans probably can't do that. Let's say you've written 1,000 songs. How many people does it take to understand how you wrote all of those songs? Well, we have a perfect example of this. Look at the fugue. Look at classical music theory. We have been developing classical music theory for thousands of years before it before it became something teachable. But now we have something that can actually analyze all of that within less than a second. Amazing thing. But we need to work on all sorts of other problems with AI. So please don't tell me that AI is bad or is good or is the best thing ever. There's so many problems with AI right now, and I will never argue them all perfectly. I understand they use up all of our power, they use up all of our water. I mean, this is a dangerous thing, and but we must understand it, and the only way to understand it is to use it and learn from it. Have it teach you. Have you teach it. Have I mean, I work with Gemini so many times. I could say so many good things about it. Um, I've even subscribed to working with Gemini because I do believe that I would rather work with Gemini than have Gemini work me. Does that make sense? That's just my theory. So let me go on to the next step. I am thinking of three main points with music. We have rhythm, harmony, and melody. I'm sure there are many other things you could say, instrumentation, so forth, etc. But these are the three most main points of music that, as you could say, color, you could say all sorts of other things. But literally, we have three main points: harmony, rhythm, and melody. So I decided to work with Gemini to create stochastic sounds as rhythm. It also deals with melody, but it's very mainly based on rhythm, depending on situations, how you use stochasticism. So this is a program I'm working on. Now, harmony, I've decided to start with white noise, every single sound at once. But honestly, if you want to work with mixing them together, you would have to decide how you want to use white noise to influence harmony. So I gave many options, but they all fall under the same thing. How many sounds at once are you going to hear? So that's white noise. It is the harmony. And so I've listed many variations of sounds at once. Most instruments play many sounds at once, many things. A flute will play mostly the octaves above with a few of the perfect fifths. But a brass instrument will play mostly the odd harmonics, which very rarely plays, well, it will play the octaves, but it will play a lot of the pure thirds or the sevenths and the 11ths and supposedly whatever your ear can hear. Brass instruments do that. We also have many other ways to just be goofy. Put with Gemini's help, suggested to use the Fibonacci sequence or the golden ratio. And that was fun. I enjoy having new ideas. This is purely experimental, anyways. It's just for fun. And there's other things there. So there we go. We have rhythm, harmony. Now, what about melody? Well, I remember learning about Brownian noise or Brownian motion. It is a fractal pattern that exists in sound. And many other systems, fluid systems. Brownian motion is a sort of, you could call it a sort of ADHD feeling of you are fascinated by shiny objects. And so this is not to make fun, because believe me, I'm very ADHD myself, and I'm not fascinated by shiny objects, although I do find them beautiful. I mean, you can tell by my conversations. I keep getting distracted or by my talking. I distract myself, constantly bouncing around, and then I try to keep coming back to the main point. Well, that's kind of like a Brownian motion, sorry. And so you have one frequency in the Brownian motion, and it keeps getting distracted and going all over the place, and then sooner or later it comes back to the main place. It depends on exactly what you're thinking. Of Brownian motion. It is sort of a random walk. You have a goal to get home from school, but you keep walking to other places as you're going home. You go to the grocery store to buy some candy. I mean, I used to do this between less than a mile from my grade school to my home as a little kid, and there were so many things I kept going towards. Even though I knew my main destination was home, I kept going all over the place. So, in a way, that's a melody. You're jumping around to finally reach a certain point. So, this is a program I'm working on. I'm going to bring it up online at some point for everyone to enjoy and work with. I hope to hear some feedback and some ideas, and hopefully, this will be fascinating to you.